have been ordered today, and I have the original version that was launched last year. Before this year, we made them even better and brought them to you as a TSV. All right, so rewind. Last year, I'm pretty sure it was like in David's Big Giant Christmas, or I don't frankly remember. I just remember turning on QVC and seeing those right there. Now, last year's were in metal. These are resin, but neither here nor there. I scooped up 2 Nutcrackers, which now flank either side of our fireplace, and I picked up a third one that is not in this TSV, obviously, but is like a drummer boy that lights up. And these are the most extraordinary, nearly life-size figurines, if you will, that can be used indoors or outdoors. They're illuminated thanks to batteries, so there's no outlet to do a cable and be near and plug and blah, 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 blah. You're gonna have choices, and I'm also just gonna tell you that the other thing that these so remind me of, years ago I saw on the Hallmark Channel a movie involving a mansion where something like this was flanking the front door. And then I Indiana Jonesed it to find where they were, and I found them on, ironically, one of our family brands, Front Gate. And Front Gate right now is something very similar in a bigger size for a bigger price tag. Their prestige brand within our Curate QVC family, and theirs are going for over $500. Now, these are a choice of, over here, these are the Nutcrackers. The Nutcrackers are a little taller. They stand at 40 inches tall, and you're gonna choose, they're battery operated, whether you would like the Nutcracker in the red green, which again, I have 2 of these, or the gold silver. No reorder, no wait list, only order of the year. And wow, is it drama in decorating for the holidays when you have like such presents. Santa is the star of the show. Without him, there frankly is no Christmas. Well, sidebar, him and Jesus, of course, let's not forget that. Okay, so here's Santa. Again, red, green Santa or gold, silver Santa. These are hand painted no matter what you choose, and the Santas and the snowmen, which I'm gonna show you next, little shorter than the Nutcrackers, 36 inches tall, not 40. You will find though that no matter what you choose, they're all the same price. And then here are the snowmen. Again, either the snowmen that you see down here in the multicolor, which I believe we are calling standby, red, green, or the gold, silver. And in the red, green snowman, we brought in over 8,800 for the day. 3,300 remain. There is no reorder. There is no wait list. And lastly, because they are resin, they can take a beating, they can be outside, they can get snowed on. They also obviously are coming to you at an incredible value. Here it is on your screen. Comparably speaking, given their size, given what they're made of, we're looking at almost $300 anywhere else. So I am not about to say that $169 is a drop in the bucket. It is not. But on Easy Pay, for less than $1 a day, when I believe Melissa Epps, when you decorate with scale, which ironically, coming out of David's big, great, giant, whatever Christmas, this is the perfect topic to go in for. Yes. When you decorate with prominence and scale, with something large and impactful, you actually need to decorate less in that corner, in that area, around that hearth, or in that room, or frankly, around the front door. So I love this. I am a girl that thinks more is better and bigger is greater. So thank you for coming. I mean, no, they're not cheap, but I think it's so worth it. And how many times in your life are you gonna keep ordering things like this? Once, and then you have it forever. And I think they're amazing.
They are amazing. And bigger is better. I mean, it always has been. And now it's just even better because the detail is there. They're better made. They're quality pieces. They're made of all resin. They're indoor, outdoor safe, but they're 36 inches tall, the Santa and the snowman. That's 3 feet tall, but the reason they're about 4 inches shorter than the Nutcracker is because Santa is
wider.
He's wide, you know, he's Santa, for goodness sake, right? So he's got this big belly, and he's beautiful, and he's holding this amazing wreath that is just so packed full of detail because it's resin. You've got the metal ones, and they're gorgeous.
Yep.
And
I'm taking you up here.
And they're beautiful. But the detail that you can get when you make something in resin, the color is saturated.
They're hand painted, right?
Hand painted. And then when you get them out of the box, this is all you do, is you just put them right by your front door. And this is what you're talking about, right? Like all you need is 2 Nutcrackers, some Bethlehem Lights garland, and your front door looks like the catalog you just received in the mail today.
Full on Hallmark Channel right here.
Beautiful. A little red bow, you know, or a big red bow. Yeah. A big red bow, it's got to be a big red bow on your front door. And look how you're greeting your guests. I mean, it's spectacular. They can be under the covered porch or they could be in your mulch patch. It doesn't matter. They're not going to get ruined by the elements because of the quality of the paint that we use and the protection that we put on them.
And then can I take you over here, because the other cool thing is they have a timer that's built in, because obviously they're battery operated, which opens up in a huge way the number of areas and places where you can decorate with them, because you're not tethered to an outlet indoors or out. So they are battery operated, and you're going to provide those batteries. They're 2Cs, but then you have a 6-hour timer. So I mean, I keep mine on during the holidays 24/7 because I just love the look of the lights. But the timer is a lovely feature because now they will pop on whenever you choose.
I love it.
Keep it up every day or night at that same time.
I love it. And they're 12 inches, you know, he's about 12 pounds. He's a little bit lighter, but he's about 12 pounds. But we used to put the battery box underneath, which is a little difficult to get to. You have to sit down, lay them down. So now to find that battery box, and you can move him around. So if you have him outside or you want to bring him inside because you're entertaining or having a dinner party, put him by the buffet, you can do that.
Oh.
But look at this tush. That's where your battery box is. It's all magnetic, super easy to get to, all weatherproof. 2C batteries is all you need, and they're going to last you through the season. Put it back on and just place them where you want them.
I mean, I just love them so much. I know you're going to take us probably on a detail tour of all the little ins and outs and
but
nuances.
How cute is that? Yeah, that's what you're talking about right there.
This is
That's our
totally
Kringle,
what
right?
I'm...
That's the Kringle Grand Collection to a T right here. You've got the tree that matches the wreath that Santa's holding, that beautiful ornament that we just sold in David's show that's on sale right now. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It all ties back together. All the metallic paint matches each other, and you've got this incredible vignette in your front yard or, you know, in your family room by your tree.
I mean, you could put Santa down by the mailbox if you want, so that it greets people that enter your driveway and your home. And of course, at night, he's going to illuminate. So, but it's in your choice, either the snowmen, the Santas, or my favorite, the Nutcrackers. You are choosing between the red, green, or the
Your favorites
gold.
Are still the Nutcracker, even if you
for
saw
sure,
that
1000%. Because I do love whimsy, but there's something that takes me back to my childhood with the Nutcracker. There's something very, for lack of a better word, like very Neiman Marcus about the Nutcrackers. Like you open the Christmas book.
Super regal.
And it's just like, you know, in any other store, if these were a little bigger and if they were just a little zhuzhier from a bigger prestige brand, I mean, you could be looking at like $1,000, $1,500. So
Totally.
I just think it's kind of like, it's buying into the dream. And I don't just mean of Christmas. I mean of like, gosh, the whole lifestyle of that home you pull up to and that neighborhood that you dream of. And then the whimsy of it, regardless of the choice you make. I can't wait to pull these out this year with Jagger around. She's going to go bananas.
She's going to be eye to eye.
Oh my gosh.
She's going to be eye to eye.
For
with
sure.
Them. And it's true what you talk about, that dream, right? That we all talk about. I mean, the dream is you open your catalogs, you're like, I wish my house could look like that. I'm going to have friends over for cocktails and I just want the house to look beautiful. This allows you to have that dream. And that's what we've created with the Kringle Grand Collection, because we've done big pieces. We've matched them all down to a T. The detail on them is exquisite. They all light up. And so you don't need to be this amazing decorator, and you don't need to be, you know, we were looking at Martha Stewart's house today a lot.
Oh my gosh.
You don't need to be Martha Stewart, but you can bring these into your house. And it's like we've always said with Bethlehem Lights, it's commercial grade decorating brought to your home. Well, this is commercial grade. This is when you walk down Fifth Avenue and you look in the Saks window. And,
yes,
right?
Totally.
It's like, oh my gosh,
Yep.
like, that's amazing.
For sure.
That can be your front porch.
Absolutely. And guys, you know, since we're not reordering these, since we are not waitlisting, since we don't have any advanced orders, this is 1,000% all we have for the Christmas season and to last the rest of the year. And likewise, you know, since we have a holiday return policy that I think is wildly generous, I encourage you, like, decorate with these for the holiday. If you don't feel like they give you tremendous impact, if memories are not made from your grandkids, like going up to Santa and like whispering in his ear, or talking about how the snowmen remind them of Frosty and the cartoon that they love, like whatever that thing is in your life or family, return them, and you get everything back by the end of January 2020. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Not to mention, obviously these were made expressly for QVC, but they're quite reminiscent of the ones at our own family of prestige brands like Grandin Road and Frontgate, where I can tell you today I was on their websites, and we're talking $500+ for something very similar and just a skosh bigger and taller.
And I don't mean to brag, but I'm going to, because we've really spent so much time. This isn't just something that happened. These have been over a year in the making, but I would challenge you to compare them to what you're looking at in the magazines, because the detail on these is absolutely exquisite. There's not a piece on his body that doesn't have some type of incredible detailing, whether it's the folds in his jacket by his belt, whether it's down to his gold belt bucket, the holly leaf on the snow that he's standing on, the wrinkles by his eyes. And then there's 23 LED lights. There are not many people that put 23 LED lights perfectly placed all over the piece so that at night you are going to see Santa. You're not just going to see bulbs of light. You're going to illuminate his hat. You're going to illuminate his face. You're going to illuminate his jacket, and you're going to illuminate his boots. And it's all run on batteries, which QVC is extremely strict about, that they have to last at least 40 days to get you through the season, so you're not changing the batteries every night, and they're going to be this bright.
This is my perfect door experience.
I know. That is.
And I talk about flanking, but in reality, given their grand presence, and understandably given the price as well, even just one, just at the front door, the side door, the mailbox, I really think it's the entire dream of Christmas. And I honestly think it's so awesome that we had these today for everybody. We unfortunately, obviously, are moving into the final moments of the day, and this is your last presentation. I'm going to have Melissa take you through your choices again, but let's not forget, these are grand and impactful, but they are resin. So that means while sturdy enough not to blow away, they're not as what's the word I'm looking for? Because last year's were metal, and those are great, but I find those to be heavier.
You had to assembly them.
Yeah, and so these I just all around. It's okay. It's been a long day.
Thank you.
What are our choices, my dear?
Okay, so you have this Santa who is just regal and grand, and he's got this amazing face. Like, he's got happy eyes, and he looks jolly, and he's just so welcoming. And so you have your red and green choice, which is your traditional Santa, and that's your multicolored lights. And so, I don't know. I love them, right?
Yes.
I mean, and you nestle them under the tree, and when you talk about memories, I could think of you were talking about whispering, and I could just see like Jagger whispering like everything she wants for Christmas to Santa, because now Santa can be at your house before Christmas Eve, and he can sit there, and their kids can wait for him. So that's Santa. He is beautiful. I'm going to turn him around really quick so you can just see the back, because 360 degrees, he's great. There's no cords, there's no wires, and then this is where we hide the battery box. Look at the wrinkles in the back of his legs. I mean, you just don't get that type of detail anywhere else. And then this is magnetic, and so it comes off.
Fantastic.
And there's your battery box, and you just need to put 2 C batteries in there. Also, if you take out the battery box, there's 2 holes in there. We give you stakes, so if you do want to put these on the ground and stake them in just for a little added security, you can do that. But they're almost 20 pounds. I've never staked mine in, but I've pretty flat yard.
Okay.
Okay, then you have Santa in your metallics, and this is like dining room, fireplace, living room material. If you want to bring them inside, or if you're, there's so many people decorating with flocked now, like the flocked trees and the flocked garlands.
Yep.
Gorgeous with the flocking, because that gold and silver goes so well.
This to me is like the Burl Lives Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Beautiful.
And then, I think they're the best.
They are. I mean,
they're a little
this
taller.
Is what's in front of my front door.
Yep,
They're
the best.
This is what's in my front, but then I have some up the walkway and, everywhere else. But I do love the Nutcracker too. And the Nutcracker is 40 inches. He's a little bit thinner than the rest of them. And he has mixed mediums. He's all resin, except his horn is made out of metal. And he, we really took a lot of time with the face, because Nutcrackers, they're meant to protect the house. And sometimes they can maybe be a little bit scary, or their faces aren't so welcoming. You have that regal Nutcracker, but he has the most wonderful face. You know,
Yep.
he doesn't look mean. He looks like he's paying attention, though. Like, don't come in here if you don't belong here. But he just has the most amazing face, and we really took a lot of time to get his face just perfectly, and then all of the detail again down his body with those lights perfectly placed.
The silver and gold Nutcracker, I feel like if Tova were here, she'd be like, and that's the one that is in front of my fireplace. She doesn't speak like that, but like that to me feels like a Tova Christmas.
Yes,
here.
love.
And then